the point is that I don't think that. Well, I don't think that I've been arrogant, and I don't think that our company's been arrogant. When I mentioned that we need to talk to Labour through the Section 189 process, that doesn't mean, I never said that we don't want to talk to government. We need to talk to Labour in terms of a Section 189 process. When you contemplate retrenchments, in terms of the Labour Relations Act, you have to start a process that the minister's been referring to about the 60-day consultation process.
Yeah.
So that's a process laid down in law that you need to do. So once you contemplate retrenchments, that starts a process of consultation with Labour. So I don't think that's arrogant, and it also doesn't preclude further discussions with government. I mean, we clearly need to do that. We've got a further engagement with the National Union of Mine Workers later this week. We've had detailed conversations with the minister's team at the end of last week, taking him through the detail of the background of the review. We have met with the minister. The minister herself mentioned the fact that I met with the minister, with Cynthia. So I think we have engaged, I think, as far as we can within the narrow range that we can engage when we...
Right. So you're satisfied that you did everything you can? Because the minister is suggesting, for instance, that the number of days that she had between the time that she met the company and when the announcement was made was really, how many days? 6 days or so?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think, Kolani, it's important to say that we've been busy with the Platinum Review and with the Platinum Task Team now for more than a year. The Minister mentioned a couple of those. The fact is that the difficulty that the platinum industry has been under has been coming for a number of years. Anglo American Platinum, already in 2010, had a debt level of 20 billion rand, had to go back to its shareholders to ask them to recapitalize the company. The company's been in severe financial pressure for a number of years now, prompting Anglo American at the beginning of last year to say, look, we need to understand what to do with the platinum industry, understand the structural changes that have eroded the profitability of this company, and why it is that certain of our shafts are loss-making and have been loss-making for a number of years.
Sure. And the issue, as I understand it, Chris, is that it's not even about whether or not you'll ultimately retrench, but it's about the process, how you handled the process up until now, whether it was sensitive enough to the workers, sensitive enough to political issues, because 14,000 people out there not working is a big political issue.
I understand that, and I don't think we've ever expected. I mean, are we not happy about having to make an announcement that 14,000 people have a potential to lose their jobs? And as a result of that, that's why we came up with a comprehensive social plan that can offset the negative effects of any people that could lose their jobs. This is not a case of us being arrogant, not a case of us ignoring the social impacts of people that are affected by our actions. Whether or not we've consulted to the extent that the minister would have liked, I mean, clearly not. And we'll have to go back and engage with the minister, engage with government. But the fact is we have engaged with the ability that we have, the range of scope that we have to engage before we have to make all of the processes public. We have done that. I mean, if the minister's unhappy, and clearly she is unhappy, and we need to go back to her, we need to go back to her team, sit down with them, and work through that process.
All right. Chris, is there an alternative here? Could we find a solution other than retrenching the 14,000 people?
I mean, this is clearly the process now that starts with the Section 189. So we have done that. We would have to, in the Section 189 consultation with Labour, we would have to demonstrate the processes, what we have considered as alternatives, and show the position why the company has come to the conclusion that it has. Then Labour and any other stakeholders got the opportunity to demonstrate, well, we think we can do the following, we think we can do the following. So that process is actually underway.